All right. So today we are talking about a specific shape, and that specific shape is circles. And there's quite a few things to know about circles, but let's start with the most basic thing, which is what the definition of a circle is. A circle is a shape, and it doesn't have sides, it doesn't have, length and width and all that. What a circle is and how you define a circle is a circle has a center point, and then to make a circle, you go a certain distance. Like say this is 2 inches. So you would go 2 inches from the center and 2 inches from the center and 2 inches from the center and 2 inches from the center in every direction, all the way around the circle. And if you go 2 inches from the center all the way around the circle, it'll start to form the circle. So that is technically what a circle is. And so we're going to talk about 2 specific parts of circles today. The first part of a circle, it's really important to know, is called the radius. And so first, we have 2 words we're focusing on today. The first is called the radius. And the radius is a line, and it goes line from center to edge of circle. So it's a line from the center to the edge of a circle. So an example of that, and we could label it with a letter for our algebraic example. So we have a circle. Here's the center point. The radius, this could be radius A, from the center to the edge. It starts at the center and goes to the edge. The radius starts at the center and goes to the edge. So another example could be, usually for today's purposes, we'll have it labeled with a number. So from the center to the edge again, and we could say that that is 4 centimeters. So the radius here of this circle is 4 centimeters. So a line from the center point to the edge. Now a non-example is we could have, here's the center, we could have a line that kind of misses everything. It goes from the edge to the edge and not even all the way through. That is not a radius. That's why that is a non-example. All right. So radius from the center to the edge. So on this example right here, there's a few lines that go from the center to the edge. And so let's start naming those. So this is the first line that goes from the center to the edge. That is line RS. And you can't see it when I do it like that. RQ also goes from the center to the edge. So RQ. And then also RP. So line RP. Those are all radiuses of that circle. Now, looking at this, what is the radius of this circle from the center to the edge? Well, it's telling us 3 yards. Okay, this one also tells us the radius. It gives it to us from the center to the edge, 19 feet. Sometimes it's not going to be as straightforward though. Sometimes they might not give us the radius without us having to do some work. So if you look at this and you notice that this whole thing is 6 feet, this whole distance across is 6 feet. We want to know just the radius, right? Just this chunk right here. So you don't want the whole line across. You just want halfway across. Well, half of 6 is 3. This must be 3 and this must be 3 in order to make 6 feet all the way across. So the radius has to be 3 feet. The other way that you can do that is if you know that 2 radiuses go all the way across, you only want half of the 6. You could do 6 divided by 2 to figure out what the radius has to be. It has to be 3. All right. Oh, they were nice to us again on this one. This one says that the radius is just 60 feet. We don't have to do any work for that one. And again on this one, this goes all the way across. For the radius, we don't want all the way across. We want halfway. So remember, in order to find halfway, you can either figure out to yourself what's half of 10, or you can do 10 divided by 2 and get 5. So the radius here has to be 5 inches. Okay, so that is the radius from the center out. There is one more word that we're going to learn today, and that is the diameter. We are also going to learn about the diameter today. So the diameter of a circle is a line across circle, but it has to go through the center. It has to go through the center. So an example of that is, here's the center. The diameter could be like this, and this could be, we could label it diameter B. So it goes all the way through the center, and that's not beautiful and perfect, but imagine it was. A line all the way across the circle through the center. And again, we might have that labeled with a measurement instead of a letter. Again, pretend this circle is a lot better than that. So diameter all the way through, and we could say that this is, 8 inches. And the diameter there would be 8 inches. Diameter, 8 inches. So we learned 2 words today, diameter and radius. And what I want you to notice is that the diameter is the longer word. Diameter is the longer word. So here's the radius that we learned about, and here's diameter. Diameter is longer than radius. The diameter length is also longer than the radius length. Radius is half as long. So radius is the short measurement. Diameter is the long measurement all the way across. So try to remember that. Now, a non-example of a diameter is if you have a circle and you have a line that goes all the way through, but again, not through the center. That is not an actual diameter because it doesn't go through the center. Remember, it has to go through the center of the circle. And the center of the circle is the dot right there. All right, in this picture, the diameter, well, this right here is not a diameter. That's a radius. We want one that goes all the way through, but also through the center. So line P to Q goes all the way through, and it goes through the center, so that is the diameter. Also, this line on this one goes all the way through, and it goes through the center, so the diameter on that is just 12 yards. Again, they're telling us here that the diameter all the way across this circle is 36 inches. They're just giving it to us. Now, sometimes they're not just going to give us the full diameter. Sometimes we have to figure it out when we're given the radius. So take a look at this. If we are given the radius, see, this is not the diameter. This is only the radius. It's only from the center out. If that is 3 yards right here, this would have to also be 3 yards. So how far would it be all the way across through the center? Well, this 3 plus this 3 would be 6 yards. The other way that you could do that is you could look at the radius and say, okay, it's 3 halfway across, so I need 2 of those. So the diameter all the way across must be 6. Okay. Next one, oh look, they're giving us the diameter because it's all the way across, so that has to be 108 yards for the diameter. And the next one says 35 feet, but is it giving us the radius or is it giving us the diameter? Does it give us the short measurement or the full distance across? It's only giving us halfway across. So if this is 35 feet, then this must also be 35 feet. So we've got to figure out, okay, I don't just want 35 feet. I don't want 35 feet for the radius. I want the whole diameter. So I can do 35 times 2 and get 70 feet for the diameter when I was given 35 feet for the radius. So to summarize, remember that what we've got today is radius and diameter of a circle. The radius is the short measurement from the center out, and the diameter is all the way across through the center. Radius is the short one, diameter is the long one.